دوستان عزیز سلام میکنم خدمتتون. من سوربی هستم. امروز کریستینا هم از کلیسای فارسیان یا پرژن چرچ اینجا هست و یه چیز جالب شما اگه اینجا میبینید این سگش هست ساشا که من وقتی با اینها آشنا شدم این خانم دید که من خیلی سگ دوست دارم و اینها این بود که بیشتر با هم صحبت کردیم و اگر برنامه دوشنبه اول ماه نوامبر رو شما دیده باشید میبینید که من راجع به یک خانمی صحبت کردم که با برادرش و سگش آمده بود و این دیویدی با این فارسی حرف بزنم فارسی بلده دیویدی میداد و این کاغذهای مال چرچ و اینها و ساعت 3 صبح این همون خانمی هست که من به شما این گل رو میداد که من توی دوشنبه هم نشون دادم. متاسفانه به دلیل کاراموکی این سبزش پیدا نیست ولی این گل رو به رنگ سبز و سفید و قرمز برای پرچم ایران درست کردن و اینجا هم نوشته بود God bless ایران و اتفاقا میگفت این فیلم شما رو دیدیم و دوستان میخندیدن که این سبزها رو نشون نمیده. حتی کتاب انجیل رو وقتی نشون دادیم پیدا نبود به اون صورت. میبینید که این کتاب یکم کج میگیرم که سبزش پیدا باشه ولی تا اینجوریش میکنیم از نور به اصطلاح سبز نمیتونه کامپیوتر بفهمه و دوربین بفهمه. در هر صورت ایشون آمدند و امروز با شما خواهند بود. من اگر اجازه بدید امروز فقط به عنوان کمک اینجا هستم، تلفن‌ها رو جواب میدم. امیدوارم که شما با مهمون نوازی که از ایرانی ها افراد خارجی توقع دارن و میشناسن و میدونن، امیدوارم شما هم بتونید اون مهمون نوازی رو به خانم کریستینا نشون بدید. کریستینا این شما و این هم بیننده های ایرانی یا فارسی یا انگلیسی هر جور که میخوان خودتون صحبت.
سلام، اسم من کریستینا، خیلی خوشبختم. مرسی عزیزم. من دارم فارسی یاد میگیرم به آرامی. ساشا کم
She's sitting.
سگی من اسمش ساشا.
And she's kind of what? Oh, 12 or
She's
14.
14. Tomorrow her birthday. She'll be 14.
Big dogs normally don't get that old. I mean, they are... Come here. She's afraid of camera, light. That's why she's scary. And okay, Christina, let us know or talk
Sasha will
about...
come later.
Yeah, we put something here که ساشا بیاد و برای شما دست تکون بده. خیلی فرندلیه ولی فعلا مثل که شاید دیده که اونا دارن نگاش میکنن رفته اونا.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe later. Yeah, my church is Persian Church of Virginia, Fairfax. You can email us at persianchurchva@gmail.com.
این همینه که توی ویلرود توی اوکتون هست یا توی وینا هست؟
English.
Is it the same one? It's in Oakton or in Vienna?
It's in Fairfax.
Fairfax.
Meredith
Okay.
Drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your pastor is from Fairfax too.
Yeah, he's from there.
All right. Yeah.
Yep.
خب برنامه شما چیه؟ چرا شما میرید مردم رو دعوت میکنید؟ What's your plan? Why you go to people and ask them to join you or to know Jesus? Why Jesus doesn't do it by himself?
Well, Jesus sent me. عیسی ایران رو دوست دارد.
عیسی ایران رو دوست میداره. شیرازی ها میگن میداره، دوست میداره. حالا این اگه با من صحبت کنه فارسی یاد بگیره شیرازی یاد میگیره. بعد با هر کی صحبت کنه ممکن تازه اونا هم نفهمن چی میگه. خب
Yeah, God loves Iran. God loves Iran.
You do believe that Jesus asked you to go and ask people to join him or believe in him?
Yes.
Why he doesn't go directly to them? Why he needs you to do that?
Because God reveals himself through people on earth.
Okay, that's good. Let me see. دوستان عزیز اگر صدا و تصویر ما رو میشنوید و میبینید لطف کنید تماس بگیرید ببینم من بله اینجا صدا داریم. خب as I told you before, my program is like this. I speak a little bit, then people come and join us. That's why they call it Sorbi with people. Sorbi با مردم.
Okay.
That's why the name is. But since this program is your program and it belongs to you and your church, you can run it the way you want. Anytime you want, I can put the phone number on the screen. They can call, and I hope you know, people ask question or share their views with you, and we can have a very friendly, you know, talk, and you know, everybody
Yeah,
be
yeah.
happy. Okay,
Sounds good.
then let me change the phone number to this maybe or to another one. دوستان عزیز، هر لحظه‌ای که شما بخواین این خانم کریستینا قبول کرده که زنگ بزنید و باهاشون صحبت کنید، سوالی اگه دارید، نظری اگه دارید، باز هم من ازتون دعوت میکنم و خواهش میکنم که ادب و نزاکت رو رعایت کنید. I'm asking them to be very polite, very kind,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah. از کریستینا سوال کردم که قبلا جلو تلویزیون یا دوربین بوده، گفت که من
Oh,
oh my God, oh
Thank you.
she got mad. Okay, come on here,
Thank you.
come here. Come on, put your paw. There you go. You know, she's scary. She's big but scary. All right. Anyway,
Sasha,
All
say
right.
hi.
Sasha,
Sasha
over there.
says salam, Azizam. Sasha.
You had it with-
Bozorg.
Sage Bozorg,
Basafid.
Bozorg سفید.
Basafid.
آره.
خیلی fluffy.
آره، خیلی پفکیه اینجوری. خب دوستان عزیز، اگر سوالی دارید از کریستینا راجع به بذارید ببینم آقای سوربی، از این خانم بپرسید چرا میخواهد ایرانی ها را مسیحی کنند. این سوال اول بود. سوال دوم این که پیام او برای هدایت ایرانی ها چیست. Why you are trying to convert Iranian to Christianity, and also he's asking what is your message to guide Iranian. Go ahead and say in Farsi or English.
Well,
if you're more comfortable in English,
yeah.
you know, most
Okay.
Iranian understand.
Okay.
I believe I'm the worst.
Yeah.
English-wise, I'm the worst
Okay.
between Iranian. Go ahead.
Merci for the question. I don't try to convert anybody. I just try to bless Iranians. Just bless them with the flowers. I know Jesus loves Iran. He loves all people, Muslim, Christian. You know, if they don't believe in God, he still loves them. So I try to give them a gift, you know, to support Iran, show that some Americans care about Iran and the country, and I try to show love. I just try
We don't need American to care about Iran. We need God to care about Iran. If there is any God. Is there any God?
Yes, there is God.
Oh, okay. There is hope too.
Yeah.
خب دوستمون جوابش رو گرفت. How you gonna guide them? With what message?
Well, with the love of Jesus. Jesus came to the earth and he showed many miracles. He showed compassion, and it says in the Bible that he was the exact representation of God, Khoda, and his message was love. So that's the message is Jesus, and he cares about Iran. He cares about freedom, azadi. He cares about all the people of Iran, and he just, you know, I don't have any Persian background, and
Then what happened? Back in 1979, he fell asleep and was not caring about Iran.
I know. I feel bad. I feel bad about that. But God is good. He doesn't cause bad things to happen. There's just a lot of hate in the world, a lot of sin, and so sometimes things happen that, you know, we don't know why, but I know that it breaks God's heart. It breaks his heart when people show hatred towards each other, and, you know, he cares about Iran still.
Then we can say your message is just one word, love.
Ballet.
Oh, okay.
Ishq.
That's simple. You know, you don't have to remember, long books or something.
Yeah, just love.
Just love people and let them love. Okay. لطفاً فرکانس تیوی را روی اینترنت بگذارید. دوست عزیز، ما we are not on satellite, therefore we don't have any frequency yet. The good news is I'm working, and as she was coming here, there were two other guys from Hotbird talking with me, and I will talk about that in maybe Friday program, because our Fridays is for media, Iranian media, inside Iran, outside Iran, and we just see it and talk,
Yeah.
gossip about others.
Yeah.
You like gossip, or it's not good in Christian?
It's okay to talk, but too much gossip.
Too much
Not
gossip.
good.
خب دوستان عزیز، اگر میخواین با کریستینا صحبت کنید و سوالی ازش دارید، شماره تلفن های 703 957 6150 و 818 627 63 04. Okay. Wherever I go to Sizebedar, I see some people come over there, they give me some DVDs, some books, some... Are you getting paid?
No, I'm not getting paid, and I use my own money. I use my own money to make the flowers.
Wow.
I use my own money. I
You
spend,
work and
I
you-
spend a lot of money.
Sasha,
Sasha.
ببخشید این ساشا
Sasha barking.
she come
Sasha,
on
come.
مثل که احساس غریبی میشه.
Sasha. Maybe should I put her outside?
Okay,
Okay. ببخشید.
use the leash, okay? Don't let her walk around the neighborhood.
I know.
No, she's beautiful. Somebody gonna take her.
I know.
Okay. Alright. این دوست ما با سگش رفت، سگش رو بذاره بیرون. این سگا اینجوری هن دیگه، وقتی که میان یه جایی که آشنا نیستن احساس غریبی میکنن. آدم هم همینجوره، خود ماها همسیک هستیم، احساس غریبی میکنیم. میخواین تا کریستینا رفته و برگرده من یه پیامی برای شما بذارم که دوستمون گذاشته بود در رابطه با برنامه قبل. We also have another option that people call when we are not live. And we are rerunning program, but still they can call and leave a message. Okay. دوست عزیز، صدای کامپیوتر یا تیوی رو کم کنید، از طریق تلفن با بنده و کریستینا صحبت کنید. بفرمایید.
آقای صبحی سلام و درود.
سلام عزیزم، بفرمایید.
I want to welcome این خانم رو به تلویزیون شما
کریستینا
و
welcome in YouTube مردم
مرسی.
تیوی.
میخواستم چند تا سوال ازشون داشتم. میتونم سوال بکنم ازشون؟
بله اصلا این
به
چیز
فارسی سوال بکنم یا به انگلیسی؟
به فارسی هم بگید میفهمه، اگرم متوجه نشد من براش میگم، سعیمو میکنم. بفرمایید.
I think one of my question was why she trying to make Iranian Christian, and what message she has to Iranian, and what she thinks about the present situation in Iran, and what she thinks about Persian in this country. Does she like him, and why they like him, and if they like him, what their qualities that she likes?
What is this? This is 21 question. Okay, thank you so much. I think she already answered your first two questions about why she's trying to do that. Also, what's her message to Iranian? Okay, the other question is, what do you think about present situation in Iran?
Yeah, what do I think about the situation? I pray a lot.
Oh, sorry, hold on. داریوش جان اجازه بده من شما رو قطع کنم، از تلویزیون یا اینترنت بشنوید.
باشه خیلی
مرسی.
ممنون.
خدا نگهدار. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I think I love Iran. I love all Iran, all Persians in America.
And you were not in Iran yet.
I'm not in Iran
Okay.
yet, never been.
Okay.
Someday. I love, it's hard, I know, for a lot of Iranians with the government and with the president. I pray for them. I pray for them almost every day. I pray that God will change the hearts and show love and bring freedom and peace to Iran. Iranians, what were the other questions? Qualities?
Yeah, Persian in this country, what do you see in
In
them?
this country.
If you see any quality, friendship, go ahead and explain.
I love them so much. It's funny. I am more comfortable with Iranians than Americans sometimes, even though
How you got involved with them?
It's
Take
funny.
it back to the start, beginning.
March 2009.
Oh, okay.
A little over a year ago, I was at Nowruz celebration, and it was one night. It was the first night I ever met Iranians, that many of them. And I was driving home that night, and God spoke to my heart, and He said, "I love these people so much. You need to help them. You need to show love to them. Show Jesus to them." It was so powerful. That night driving home, I was crying. I was praying, praising God, and I was like, yeah, I need to,
This is kind of odd, coming back, driving home from New Year celebration, starting crying. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how
We
I
got
started.
another one. But دوستان عزیز وقتی زنگ میزنید لطف کنید چند دقیقه اگه ما صحبت میکنیم روی خط وایسید تا ما بتونیم بهتون پاسخ بدیم. خب به نظر میاد که همون مهمون نوازی ایرانی ها معمولا غریب نوازیمون بعضی وقتا با غریبه ها بهتر از خودی هستیم ایشون رو جلب کرده و از مارچ 2009 ایشون تصمیم گرفته که به جامعه ایرانی کمک کنه و بیاد این کار رو انجام بده. Are you just helping or attracting to Iranian community or you do this for everybody?
I do it for everyone, American, whatever country they're from, but more with Iranians.
More time.
More so.
Okay, tell us about your church. What is the program you have? What kind of
My church, Persian Church of Virginia, Fairfax, it's been such a blessing to me. I've been going there since March 2010. So after I became in love with Iran, then I started going. And this church has just been such a blessing. It's helping me learn Farsi, and the people there are just so nice. They're so welcoming, very supportive.
how many Iranians show up?
It's fairly small. It's maybe between 20 and 40 people.
Oh, it's not huge.
It's not huge, but it's like a family. It's very nice.
Yeah.
And we meet every Sunday at 3:30 p.m. and we have worship. We have many songs in Farsi, praising God. And then we have prayer and we have the sermon. My pastor Chris is American and he's fluent in Farsi.
Yeah, he speaks Farsi very well, maybe better than
Very
me.
well, yes.
I had problem with some word. I asked him, "What is this?" in Persian, and he told me about it.
He's very disciplined.
Was he in Iran or?
I don't think he's been to Iran, but he studied Farsi for maybe 14 years.
Wow.
So he studied very hard.
He also
Very-
invited me to go to his church. I
Yeah.
said, "I'm not sure if you want me over there."
We love to have anybody.
All right.
Anybody.
دوست عزیز شما روی خط هستید. من سوربی هستم. به اتفاق کریستینا بفرمایید.
سلام از کردم آقای سوربی مصطفی زاده هستم.
سلام آقای مصطفی زاده. احوال شما؟ This guy is calling from Europe.
خواهش میکنم متشکرم. به این خانم خیلی خوش آمد میگم و یک سوال خیلی سخت برای شروع کارشون بسیار سخته.
Okay,
از
he's
ایشون
welcoming
دارم.
you first. Okay, and he has a hard question for you. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. Yay!
جناب سوربی انجیل یوحنا من میتونم انگلیسی صحبت کنم ولی چون مدت 30 ساله که صحبت نکردم الان برام
Yeah,
مشکله
this angel you
بنابراین فارسی صحبت میکنم.
This is the whole
این باب
Injil.
دهم انجیل یوحنا
Okay.
I don't have
شماره 8
Okay.
the question.
He's going to give us some number. Or
Oh.
باب دهم شماره 8 یوحنا.
باب دهم شماره 8. این سوالا که شما میکنی فکر کنم
یوحنا.
باید پسترش بیاد جواب بده. بفرمایید.
بله در اینجا
گوش
در
کنید.
اینجا این دارم من همین الان جلومه دارم میخونم میگه تمام پیامبرانی که قبل از عیسی آمدن دزد و راهزن دروغگو و آدمای بدی بودن.
واو
حالا ما چرا باید به کتاب این آدمای دزد و راهزن معتقد بشیم و ایمان بیاریم با نهایت احترام؟
بله. اوکی مرسی. بذارید سوال کنم ایشون جواب بده. ممنونم از تماستون. Wow.
Oh,
He knew it's hard question.
Oh.
He said he gave me the number
Oh,
in
okay,
Farsi
a verse.
verses so and so.
okay.
The book
Uh-huh.
of Joanna says all prophets
Mhm.
before Jesus
Mhm.
were bunch of thieves and robbers, something like that. And he said how people believed in them. Anyway, we have another Bible over there.
Uh-huh.
That Bible, I believe, it's old version and Old
okay.
Testimony, New
Uh-huh.
Testimony.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I never had time to read it.
I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
but I told him I think this question is something that should be
For a
asked
pastor.
from the pastor,
Yeah.
and he may have good answer to that.
Yeah.
But از همینجوری که میدونید ایشون میگه من از به اصطلاح 2009 دارم این کارو میکنم و اینم مثل ارتشه. They have some kind of chain of command. For example, if the question is easy, you can ask. If it got harder, the other
Yeah.
will answer. I mean, you answer or he will answer.
Yeah.
ولی good question. همیشه اینجوری بوده. آقای دکتر یگانه دیشب در برنامهش در این مورد یه مقداری صحبت کرد که کتابایی که میان مثلا میگن دیگه ما آخرین پیغمبریم. بعد حضرت محمد میاد میگه ما آخرین پیغمبریم و الان توی آرشیو هست، اگه خواستید اونو نگاه کنید. ولی این سوال رو من اینجا نوشتم. تمام پیامبران قبل از اینها دزد و راهزن و اینها بودن. البته فکر کنم اون وقتا خود دزدی و اینا یه شغل شریفی بوده و الان هم هست دیگه. بعضی از این پالیتیشینا واقعا دزد و اینها هستن ولی با کراوات و با فکل و اینا. That was hard question.
Yeah, it was a good question. I'm glad he's reading the Bible, and you know, some things we don't understand. Sometimes you have to read more to
Why
understand.
we have so many different Bibles?
So many different versions,
Version
I
of
think you
Bibles,
mean.
yeah.
Well, like the King James version is more the old way, the old English, the way they used to talk, like these and thous. But the message is the same. If you look at the Bibles, the messages are the same. They haven't been changed. You know, the story of Jesus, his birth, his death, his resurrection, the whole main
You mean
point.
it's just because of the language?
The versions, yeah, they're more just the language, the way of speaking.
But the content is the
The
same.
content is the same.
All
Ballet.
right. دوست عزیز شما روی خط هستید، بفرمایید.
Yes, thank you. Hey, Christina, I had a question for you,
Yeah.
if I may. You know, I like the fact that you're doing this because you're doing this out of the goodness of your heart. You're trying to help people. But the bigger question is, why would you, when you try to broadcast into a community that is 99.9% Muslim, and I'm not a religious person at all, it's always been a question for me. Why would you want to broadcast into a population that is 99% Muslim and try to change them, even though you're saying you're not trying to convert them? Don't you see that Islam is part of our culture? It is part of what makes us Persian.
Yes.
Now, we don't really agree with what these mullahs are doing in Iran because we believe that that is not the real Islam. So my question is, do you see how you're trying to help us, just like the white man tried to help the Indians, but tried to help bury them eventually, and did away with them, with all of them, and you know, and they're all gone. A whole generation of people gone, race of people gone. The ones that are left are either in reservation camps or they are drunks in the street. So the question is, why, when you're doing this, are you aware mentally that you are actually changing our culture? Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
خب خیلی ممنون از این دوستمون.
Yeah.
Looks like today, you know, you are facing.
Opposition. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's very خیلی ممنون for the question. Yeah, it's, you know, I find that a lot of Iranians, they are Muslim by background, and it's woven into the community, it's woven into the culture, you know, it's part of the heritage, and I have the utmost respect. You know, I love all Muslims so much, and Islam, it means to submit to God, and I have such admiration for that. You know, I guess you could say the true Muslim is the one that submits to God, and I feel like in that sense then I am Muslim because I'm submitted to God through Isa, through Jesus. But yeah, I feel that a lot of Iranians, even though they are Muslim, they are still searching for more.
Is it because they are not good Muslims?
No,
They are fake Muslims?
a lot of them is true, but a lot of them, they have such good hearts, and everyone, they're trying to seek God, you know, they're trying, and I feel the
The
difference.
question is,
yeah.
did you get his point? He's worried about what happened to, Native American
Yeah.
may happen to those Muslims that convert to Christianity.
That they were killed and stuff. Yeah. Well, I know.
Have you ever talk about that? What?
Yeah, I understand, and I realize that there's a seriousness of that. That many Muslims who convert to Christianity their lives are in danger. See, the thing is that
Not just by government.
yeah.
He's worried about the culture, or the result of this change may be bad for them at the same time.
Well,
Think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, write it down. I told you you need it. Okay, دوست عزیز شما رو خط هستید بفرمایید. I write them down
Okay,
for you.
okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Sherby and your guest.
Please speak a little bit louder.
Keep up the good work, and she's doing a marvelous job. But of course, you should to answer the gentleman who called previously.
I cannot hear you. من شما رو صداتون رو نمیفهمم عزیز.
Yeah, actually, to reiterate the question of the gentleman who just the point that he made, the Islam is not really our culture, but it's our religion, and it's not part of our heritage. We are Persians, and that's what we are.
Oh.
Okay.
And Islam is our religion. So let's just draw a line in the sand right there. But my question to the beautiful lady who is doing a great deal of the job is that why from the time that Jesus Christ was crucified to the time that they started talking about Christianity, there was a gap of 400 years. That is, was it because of the Jewish population that they would not allow the Christianity to really flourish, or there was some other reason? That has always been a question in my mind. Please answer that. Thank you very much, and I appreciate.
We thank you for calling. Thank you. Merci آقا. That's a good question.
That is a good question.
First of all,
yes.
He said Islam is not part of our culture
And the
or
heritage.
Okay.
Vale.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Then he's asking, he was talking in English and you understand better than me. از زمانی که عیسی به صلیب کشیده شد، بعضی ها میگن 300 سال، بعضی ها میگن 400 سال. Some say 300 years, some say 400 years. It took time to, by some queen or something, to go ahead and gather these writing books, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the real story, or what is the story that you believe in? And he's asking why it took so long.
Well, I think part of the reason was a lot of the Christians right after Jesus was resurrected and after, his death, resurrection, and he went to heaven, I think a lot of them were persecuted. I think that the church was underground a lot, and so there wasn't a lot of freedom to share their faith in Jesus. So maybe that's part of it.
Like any other new religion,
I think
people,
they were. I think
okay.
a lot of the Pharisees and people were scared of it coming out, and
And some
so they,
offended, okay.
yeah, so they were trying to kill some of the Christians.
You got one question. I assume this gentleman is Baha'i faith. So what do you think about Baha'i faith? They believe Messiah come again.
Vale, I have many Baha'i friends.
Do they convert to Christianity too, or no?
So some are in between. Some are
Really?
It's Baha'i people are wonderful. They radiate love, and I love them so much. And I think the Baha'i. Well, let's see. They believe the Messiah will come again. Yes, we believe Jesus will come again too. So that is in common. I don't know too much about what they believe, but
Maybe
I know
you
they're very
should
nice.
ask your since we have archive.
Maybe I should study a little bit more.
No, I didn't want to say that, but maybe you should ask your pastor to come here and answer, or he can make a video or by phone. All right, دوست عزیز شما روی خط هستید بفرمایید.
So, to answer the question that I just asked earlier, you said 300 to 400 years. During this 300 to 400 years, people were persecuted and basically being put to death and prison just because of their beliefs that if they believe on Jesus Christ, this is what's going to happen to them. And that was done by the previous religion in power, which was the Judaism. So, we can say that for 300 years, the Judaism did their part. And later on the 16th and 17th century, we know the Christianity, they did their job in Europe, and now is the Islam. Is that what it is? Can you please elaborate on that? I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mercy.
دوستان عزیز لطف کنید یه بار بیشتر زنگ نزنید، ولی چون این دوستمون سوالش پاسخ داده نشده بود اشکالی نداره. I'm asking them just call one, you know,
One
just once for each program.
Oh, is this the same one?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he's he didn't get his answer. So
Okay.
what, you know,
Yeah.
300, 400 people were killing by.
Well, yes,
Jews. Okay.
he said the Jewish were killing the Christians.
They even killed Jesus.
Yeah, but I would like to say that I'd like to make one point that Jesus was Jewish. And he was the fulfillment of the Jewish law in the Old Testaments, the prophets. He was the very fulfillment of Judaism. And so the Pharisees were not of the Spirit of God. They were a religious spirit that was they followed the rules. They were Jesus said they were outward. They had the appearance of religion and they looked very good on the outside, but their hearts were far from God. Their hearts were very selfish and very, self-seeking. And they weren't the true, they were false religion, basically. And then Christians, I think he said something about Christians persecuting people in Europe. Yeah, they weren't filled with the same Spirit of God, Jesus, his love. They were also probably closer to the Pharisees, trying to look good on the outside, but their hearts were wrong. So, the Bible says that man looks at the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. So he wants to see what's inside, and
can we say those those that they believe in religion and they get it very seriously, are they the extreme like right now some extreme Muslims?
They are not
in the same, all the religions. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, it's based on the heart, God,
and I hope if you are around here, maybe join, Sunday. This sermon. Is it Sundays or?
Sundays.
Sunday.
Yeah,
okay.
Sunday.
Another gentleman asking, what branch of Christianity are you, and which one is the right one in your opinion?
Yeah, I know there are
Why we
many.
see so many different.
I know it's
this side of
confusing. Lutheran,
actually, they look like
Baptist.
gas station. Exxon here, it says 93 octane here. It's Shell. It says super duper.
Yeah.
What's the deal between these?
Well, the main point of Christianity is a relationship with God. God wants a relationship with each person on the earth. He wants personal relationship. He wants you to talk to him, not with recited prayers, but, have conversation with him like a father. He wants to know your heart. He wants to come into your life. So that's the main thing. That's the true Christianity, is a relationship with God. And there are people all in all the different names of Christianity, I guess, that have that. But I don't classify myself. I classify myself as follower of Jesus. Sometimes I don't even say Christian. I say follower of Isa. But yeah, I know there are
Why
many.
the name has been changed from Isa to Jesus? If they used to call him Isa back then in Middle East or Baptist, why they change it to Jesus?
I guess it's the English, the version. I don't know.
Oh, okay, like my name. When I come over here, it changes because of English. It doesn't change.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Do they train you to become a I don't know even if you have any title or something. Do they
Evangelist, I guess.
Oh, no. Normal people are evangelists, but you do this. You, you go and guide people or ask people to join you. Did you go to any class? Did you take any courses for, or get any certificate to be relaxed talking with people?
I did take a few classes. When I first came back to Jesus in 2008, it was about 3 years ago. I just had such a love for God. I wanted to talk about Him to everyone. And I was a little bit nervous. I was like, what do I say? So I took some classes. But really, when I got to know the Holy Spirit and He came into my life, it comes naturally, and He's the one that gave me the ideas for the flowers and the ideas for all sorts of things. So.
Oh, you mean these are not part of their advertisement?
No, the flower came from heaven.
All right, that's good. خب دوستان، من این برنامه رو به ایشون گفتم که میشینم کمک میکنم تا خودشون یاد بگیرن. I'm telling them that I told you this first time I sit here, help you a little bit, but if you want to do it later on, it's going to be on your own.
Okay.
Imagine you are on your own and I'm not here. Talk with them, answer the phone, whatever. You go ahead and I read the emails.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for watching. I love Iran so much. It's funny, I don't even know. Sometimes I talk to God and I'm like, I don't even know why I love Iran so much. It came from, sometimes I'm like,
No, there is no answer for loving somebody.
Yeah, it's just, it comes from heaven.
Okay.
So.
You are good. Actually, she's very relaxed with camera. I thought, she's gonna turn red, pink, but she's okay.
من actress هستم.
هنرپیشه است. میگه من هنرپیشه هستم. این دوست ما از اروپا یوروپ. اوکی. خیلی ممنون جهان عزیز. میگه کاکا سوربی خیلی ممنون از برنامه دینی شما. برنامه دینی من نیست، برنامه دینی ایشونه. بپرسید از مهمانتون لطفاً از این بانو. Why did she become a Christian? Did you were born Christian, yeah? I mean, in the family? Or?
That's a good question.
Okay.
I have a lot to say about that.
Okay. Go ahead, read it and answer.
Okay, the question is, why did I become a Christian? Did I have a personal reason?
Okay, the first thing I have to teach you is this. When somebody calls, they go in front of the line.
Okay.
Go ahead. بفرمایید دوست عزیز. شما صحبت کنید. Hold on to that, okay?
Okay.
Hello to Mr. Sorbi and your guest as well.
خیلی ممنون. بفرمایید.
I have a question with your guest. Islam prophet, definitely your guest know his name is Muhammad. As she said, sometimes Jesus was talking to her. Islam prophet, he was shaking and his body full of the sweat. Just I want to ask her, are you shaking or you feel sweaty or...
No, he said when God talks to you, what's your feeling when He's contacting you or calling you?
Very much, Mr. Stabby. Mr. Stabby, you are so picky.
Thank you so much. What about it?
When God talks to me, what do I feel? That's the question, I guess. It comes, when God talks to me, it's in many different forms. Sometimes it's through the Bible. Sometimes I'll read a verse and it jumps out like it speaks exactly to what I've been feeling that day. And that's why it says the Word of God is living and active. It speaks to our situation.
When you say feeling that day, it's what? Sad feeling, mad feeling,
or I'm
happy
asking,
feeling?
well, sometimes I'll be talking to God, I'll have questions about a certain thing, and then the Bible answers it. Sometimes I'll be praying and I'll hear a voice in my head and I'll know that it's God. He'll answer questions. Sometimes He'll speak His love to me so strongly that I will be in tears, or I'll be crying on the floor sometimes.
Is it kind of scary, or do you get sweat or something?
Sometimes it's it's the most wonderful feeling in the world, because God speaks to your heart like He knows you unlike any other person.
He better.
So, yeah, he better. He created you with a purpose, and He loves you, so He knows, everything you're feeling.
You got one more call.
Okay, yes. I pushed this?
No, I already did.
Oh, okay.
بفرمایید.
بفرمایید.
Hello.
Hello, salam.
Good evening. My question is, why you blaming Jews or Roman that killed Jesus? In fact, that was God's plan to Jesus to be die. So we shouldn't blame the Jews or Roman.
Wow, that's good. That's a good question. مرسی آقا. ممنونم. Okay. Still you have that one waiting. Go ahead.
Yeah,
This is very good
These
question.
are good
Said,
questions.
If you
These
do
are
believe
good
in
callers.
God and everything is
Yeah.
God willing, then God wanted Jesus to be.
yes. It is true that it was God's plan for Jesus to die. It says that God chose him as our ransom before the world began.
Is God playing game with us? Are we
God,
his toys?
well, he knew that the only way, see, when he created Adam in the Garden of Eden, Adam fell away through sin, and all humans fell away through sin. We all go our own separate way. So
And he's revenging now?
no, God knows. God knows, Storby John. He knows. He knows that the only way to have perfect relationship with us was through Jesus and him dying on the cross
No, answer his
For-
question. Why
Yeah.
you are not blaming God for,
for Jesus' death.
yeah.
Because God loves us so much that he wanted us to be in heaven with him. He wanted a relationship with us, and the only way that could remove the sin that blocked us
Then
from that relationship,
we should stop blaming Jews or Roman.
we should love everyone. We should
See, you
forgive
don't
them.
get phones.
We should
All
forgive
right.
them.
Answer this guy, then get the phone. It's not
Okay.
that easy that you
Okay.
thought, okay?
It's easy.
It's easy. Okay, go ahead. I go.
Okay, so
You do it.
answer this one first.
Yeah. ببخشید یه دقیقه گوشی رو داشته باشید شما. Okay. چرا why
Why did I become a Christian? Did I have a personal reason? Yes. I did grow up in a Christian home. When I was about 5 years old, my mom told me about Jesus, and she had me pray to ask him into my life. So that's the first time I really became a Christian, was when I was 5 years old. And I had encounters with Jesus, you know, growing up. But when I got to be college age, I fell away, and I turned my back on my faith. I said, God, you know, I don't know your love. I don't like a lot of stuff I see in church. And I distanced myself from God for 3 or 4 years.
and you have to make your answer short
Yes,
that
sir.
you can go.
Backsheet. Okay.
All right.
So I came back to God when I was 21 years old. He sent a person to tell me that he still loves me, and she was like an angel. So when I saw that, I said, "Oh, God still loves me," and I came back to Jesus, and I have had so many. My life turned around 180 degrees, and I've had so many encounters since then. So that's my personal reason why I'm a Christian.
And here you see how long you keep.
Oh, the back sheet. Okay.
It's okay.
I
It's
push.
on. No,
is
no,
it
it's
on?
okay.
Okay, go ahead, Beth Armid.
Hello, I have a question from this lady, if possible to answer me. My question is this. Do you believe that Jesus is God? And if you believe, when you say you pray to God, or you say you talk to God, you mean you pray and talk to Jesus? Could you tell me the difference between God and Jesus? Is there a difference, in your opinion, between God and Jesus?
Thank you very much. Very
Thank
much.
you.
Okay.
Yes. Well, God is one God, but He's three persons. He's three parts of God. He's revealed Himself to us, God the Father, God the Son, who is Jesus. He's human flesh. He is fully God, fully man.
And Holy Spirit.
Yeah, and the Holy Spirit, who's the one on the earth with us now, with the Christians, who gives us power to do God's will. So
You have
that's
another call. Go ahead and
okay.
push it.
Okay. Is it on?
Yeah.
Okay, Beth
You
Army.
shouldn't look here. You should
Oh,
look
okay.
here.
Okay, ask your question. Go ahead.
بفرمایید.
Hello, Janab Sarvi.
جانم بفرمایید.
I am looking at Bible in the chapter 10, and the gentleman mentioned that the Bible says that any prophet that comes before me is thief or whatever. It does something. Let me explain in the Persian that says, if somebody is real, shepherd is coming front door. If somebody comes from back doors, he's not shepherd. That doesn't mean that any prophet before Jesus is thief or something like this. It's in front of me. And we should respect.
ببخشید یعنی
Yes.
یعنی واگذارش میکنه به مردم که مردم تشخیص بدن که اون شخص از در درست آمده یا از در دروغی اومده، بنابراین اون
اشاره میکنه که شبان از در جلو میاد.
آها.
اگر کسی از در پشت اومد خب میخواد گوسفند بدزده. حالا این مفهوم خیلی تفصیلی داره. من دفاعی نمیخوام بکنم. ببینید من میگم اگر ما میخوایم یه چیزی بگیم باید بخونیم. من همچین چیزی در توضیح کاملش اشاره به این نیست که اگر پیغمبری قبل از من آمد دزد دروغگوه. ما چون حتی اگر بخوایم به عنوان مخالف هم با مسیحیت چیز کنیم باید مطالبه اصلا همچین چیزی نیست. پیغمبرایی که قبل از من اومدن همه دزد بودن. شروع میشه از این که چوپان از در جلو میاد، اونی که از در پشت میاد قصد دزدی داره. حالا اگر من
اوکی، خیلی ممنونم که اینو گفت.
قربانشان برم.
Did you understand him?
No.
He's talking about the other guy that who called and said in verse 10, they said all prophets before Jesus were thieves or bad guy or whatever. He said, actually I'm reading in English Bible, verses 10 did not say this. He said whoever come from front door, they are real. Whoever coming from back door, they are trying to steal something.
Okay.
It's your responsibility to see how they do it, and therefore judge them based on your view.
Merci,
or
thank you
understand.
for
Okay,
clarifying.
he was trying to help you.
That's good.
I wish somebody helped me.
Oh.
They don't. All right. The second question here.
Yeah.
Why does she work
For
for?
Christianity.
Is her work or personal? I believe I already asked you.
Yeah, I do it.
Go ahead and say it again, very short.
Oh yeah, it's why do I work for Christianity? Is it a duty or a desire? It's desire of my heart. I do it
Or
free. No, well, I guess God does say to do it, but I don't ever feel like it's work. It's the joy of my life.
And
So,
the last question is,
what is to be a Christian for her? Oh, what is to be a Christian? To be a Christian is to know God personally, to know Him through Jesus, Isa,
and to love people.
and to love people.
Is that right? I mean,
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
اوکی. دوستان عزیز اگر خواستید با ما تماس بگیرید شماره تلفن های 703 957 6150 و 818 627 63 04. Once a while I announce the numbers because some people hear us and don't watch because they are at work. They just use a headphone and hear us. Okay. Let's see. Please remind your viewers it's not an argument or debate. خیلی that's cool.
Merci.
سعید عزیز سعید wrote to you که you go ahead and remind your viewer.
Saeed says that remind the viewers it's not an argument or a debate, just to ask questions if you're interested about Christianity. Merci, Saeed John. It's okay though, the questions have been fine so far. I think people are just curious, so merci.
And here he wrote in Finglish, Farsi English, he said جر و بحث نکنن. خب جالبه ولی بعضی از کریسچن هم خودشون هم من دیدم دیبیت میکنن راجع به این موضوع ها که صحبت میکنن. I mean جر و بحث you can say it like debate. It's not as friendly as debate, but okay.
Yeah.
You guys between yourself you may have some debate too. Sometimes
it's true.
you and your soul maybe debate.
Yes,
Okay,
it's
all
true.
right.
It's fun.
She's not getting mad. Don't worry about it. Okay. Answer the caller number 1. Go ahead.
In the
Where is
Bible, John 10:8, Jesus' reference to all thieves and liars before him was not reference to previous manifestations of God. Rather, Jesus refers to Jewish priests immediately before him.
No, it's God like Moses,
Like
Abraham,
Moses, Abraham. But Jesus refers to Jewish priests immediately before him. leading to people
We're
falls.
corrupt and we're leading people.
Just like mullahs now in Iran. Maybe I should turn there. Hold on, let me turn to
How many
John.
times you read the
The
Bible
Bible.
so far?
I have not read the whole Bible through and through, but I've read most of the books. So.
Okay. You have another caller here.
Okay, John 10. Okay, John 10:8. Let me just see real quick.
دوست عزیز شما روی خط هستین بفرمایید.
سلام آقای سروش.
سلام عزیزم بفرمایید.
به شما و مهمانتون سلام عرض
yeah, okay.
می‌کنم. I cannot speak English well.
It's okay.
okay.
من و شما دوتامون توی کشتی هستیم بفرمایید.
سوالم فارسی میکنم.
بفرم.
از مهمانتون سوال بفرمایید که چرا در دین مسیحی ها زنها اجازه ندارن پاپ بشن؟
Oh, that's good question. خیلی ممنون. مرسی عزیزم. خداحافظ. First he said, hello to you and me, and then he's asking why in Christian religion ladies cannot get to the pop position.
Oh, the women to speak in the church. Yeah, I know. It's the Apostle Paul talks about that the women should not lead the men. I think I don't follow too strictly. But I think
as a woman, as a lady, you don't feel this is not fair. No, really. You don't feel,
Yeah, I think women can be allowed to lead the church. I think, sometimes ladies will speak in my church. We just started that. So I think it's good. I think women and men are equal in God's sight. I think that they can lead the church. Sometimes I think some things in the Bible we have to follow pretty strictly. Some things are more like it was in the culture of that time. It was, it's just part of the way they were, the first church was started. So I think it's fine for women to lead the church now. Yeah, that's...
Okay.
Thank you for the question.
At the end of first hour, we normally get few minutes break.
Okay.
And
We could bring
من
Sasha
ازش
back.
سوال میکنم اگر تونست، چون سگشو برده بسته بیرون، اگر تونست برای ساعت دوم وایسه، اگر نه که همین یه ساعت آشنایی بود. انشالله اگه برنامه های خواستن بذارن بعدا. I'm telling them I will ask you during the advertisement or commercial if you want to stay for another hour or if you need to be with your dog and go and some other time maybe. It's 100% up to you.
Okay.
پس let's go take a break,
Okay.
commercial and we'll be back. بریم آگهی ها رو ببینیم و برگردیم. با شما خواهم بود. یک رقص قفقازی براتون گذاشته بودم چون اینا اومدن و قاطی کردم. اگه بتونم براتون بذارم اونم میارم بعد از همین آگهی ها ببینید. اگه نه در آخر برنامه چند دقیقه آگهی ها رو ببینیم و برگردیم. مرسی که با ما بودید. خب دوستان عزیز، باز هم در خدمت شما هستیم. کریستین رفت با سگش ساشا صحبت کرد. ساشا رضایت داد که 1 ساعت دیگه این دوستان اینجا باشن. خبر خوب که یا خبر بد، وقتی که این دوستان رفتن من برنامه خودم رو با شما خواهم داشت. فقط من فراموش کردم که از تیمسار آریانپور خواهش کنم اگر میخوان امروز صحبت کنن ساعت 4 با من تماس بگیرن. براشون نوشتم که ما یه مهمانی داریم از چرچ و ازشون خواهش کردم ولی یادم رفت دیگه. به قول خودشون میگن پیری هست و هزار عیب شهری. I'm talking about that gentleman over here that he normally call in 10 minutes. He talk about his memory. He was a general in army Shah's army and
Wow.
today I asked him not to call because we have you as a guest, but I forgot to tell him call me at 4 o'clock because later on we're gonna have separate program. Okay, during the break she was asking me, you get so many callers, how it's possible? I said the name of this program is Solbi with مردم. چرا من با شما دارم انگلیسی حرف میزنم؟ I don't know. من داداشم اینجا تو دانشگاه درس میداد، میگو بعض وقتا نگاه میکنم میبینم تمام بچه ها دهنشون اینجوری باز شده، بعد میگم عجب درسی دارم میدم که اینا اینقدر جذب شدن. بعد توجه که میکنم میبینم دارم فارسی حرف میزنم به انگلیسی ها، به شما انگلیسی حرف میزنم به این فارسی حرف میزنم، خلاصه قاطی کردم. Okay, Christina.
Yes.
You and our viewers go ahead and start again, talk with them and see what's going on and what's their question and what kind of views they have and what they're gonna do. You read this one, yeah?
Yes, we did that one, yes.
Okay.
I'd just like to say, Shayad man mubur basham ame galbe man iraniye. That's my joke. My heart is Persian, even though I don't look like it, so.
Let me tell you something. Actually, these days,
some
90%
are blonde.
of Iranians,
Some are blonde.
but
I
you are real blonde.
Yeah, but I'm no Persian background, so.
Okay. Okay. Said hello to you and your guest. و اما آیا ایشان نماینده دین مسیحیت را خب که در واتیکان می باشند می دانند؟ من متوجه نمیشم. Do you know the, I don't know what they call it, they call it bishop or something. Actually right now there is a process, somebody is going from here to Rome. He says,
Okay.
do you know نماینده دین مسیحیت who represent American or Christianity in Rome? I don't درست متوجه نمیشم که چیه. واتیکان مثل یک قصر. نه دیگه این چیزای اینجوری رو سوال نکنید. به قول اون دوستمون گفت بحث و مناظره نداشته باشین. فقط سوالی اگه دارید سوال ابتدایی، چون خودشون هم میبینید جوونی هست و اینها. و let save the hard question for her pastor. Okay? ممنونم. این سوال رو هادی از نروژ کرده from Norway. But I really don't understand. نظر ایشان در رابطه با کشتن دانشمندان در this is a hard question.
Something
What
about
do you
students?
think about دانشمندان means
Okay.
oh God.
No.
For example, one of them was Galilei. Church مجبورش made them to say, I'm sorry, I made mistake. Those scientists. You know, what do you think about the war between not only Christian, all religion and science?
Well,
How do you see they cannot go, side by side? They have to.
I think science is actually proving that God exists now. I don't know. So I think science and religion
if you follow
are
science,
you find
it
God.
proved that. No, really?
Yeah.
It proved that.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think so, yes.
این جالبه ها که همین ساینس و دانش و علم رو یه نفر دنبال میکنه به خدا میرسه، یه نفر دنبال میکنه از خدا دور میشه. مثلا دکتر یگانه رو داریم، دکتر بهایی خداپرسته. بعضی هم داریم که تا دیپلم رو میگیرن بی خدا میشن. دوست عزیز سوربی هستم، به اتفاق کریستینا بفرمایید. Hello. Okay. This is the deal. Because we go through all these gadgets, we have some delay.
Delay, yeah.
Some people don't understand it. Even we, as working in TV station, when we call someone else, we get confused. It's very normal, and you should bear with them. Say, hey, we have some delays. Don't pay attention to what we're saying on TV or internet or whatever. Just speak with us through telephone, because the telephone is kind
That's
of,
true. It's true. Yeah, delay.
All right. I don't know what to do. Here, emails over there. Here. This guy is from Persian Gulf. He's talking about how beautiful you are.
Maybe, I don't know.
He's saying if I call, I just try to say hello and how beautiful you are. That's it. خیلی ممنون از دوستمون که این ایمیل رو فرستاده. اوکی، بذارید ببینیم که این دوستمونم که آقای حکیمی برای رهبری که مردم خود را فتنه و میکروب میخواند، این ایمیل هم مربوط به این برنامه نمیشه. It's not in relation with this program. Is she a sister that never
Never get married. I'm not married yet. Maybe someday. Is it Andy? Maybe?
اندی جان ممنونم که زنگ زدی. الان ما لایو پروگرام داریم. این خانم از مسیح و کلیسا اومده اینجا. عد شما رو که دید گفت من میخوام برم اندی رو ببینم، براشم یه گل دارم. میخوای گوشی رو من بهش بدم باهاش صحبت کنی؟ اوکی، گوشی خدمت دوستان. آقای اندی رو داریم، همونجوری که از دیروز تا حالا آگهی هاشونو میبینید. اندی 24 گوه
Salam, Andy John.
you can go over there and talk if you want.
Oh, okay.
24 نوامبر که شب تانکسگیوینگ هست میاد در هتل حیات هتل اینجا توی دالاس و برنامه‌های اندی احتیاج به تعریف نداره. خود اندی احتیاج به تعریف نداره. 26 یه روز بعد از تانکسگیوینگ میره تو فلوریدا. دوستی که زنگ زده بودید و شما گفته بودید که زنگ زدید به هتل و اونها اطلاعی نداشتن از کنسرت، دیروز با پروموتر اندی صحبت کردم و اون خانم گفت که با هتل تماس میگیره، به اونها میگه که اونها بدونن این ایونت کجا هست و چجوری هست و احیانا به شما کمک کنن. از اینکه من رو دعوت کرده بودید که وقتی میاین اینجا با هم بریم یه شامی بخوریم در زعفران گریل، ممنونم. اولا خوشحالم که آگهی زعفران گریل به همه جا رسیده، چون شما از یه شهر دیگه داری میای. دوم از اینکه اگه میخوایم بریم با اندی برقصیم، اگه بگی ظهر بریم چلو کباب بخوریم، شب بریم یه چیزی، ولی اگه شب رفتیم چلو کباب خوردیم که دیگه نمیتونیم بریم اونجا برقصیم. آهنگای اندی هم ماشاءالله میدونی که ای گل من نیلوفر و از این چیزا هست، همش باید برقصی. البته من ممکنه اون شب داشته باشم کار کنم و فیلم برداری کنم، ولی باور کنید همون پشت دوربینم گاهی وقتی یه قری میدم. اگه کسی هم گفت چرا دست تکون خورده، میگم میخواستم اینو هنری بشه و بیشتر شکل چیز بگیره. دوستان عزیز عذر میخوام وقتی من خطا رو نگه میدارم بعد از چند تا خط مثل این که قطع میشه. بریم این پیام این دوستمون رو که گفته چه باید کرد بشنویم و برگردیم با شما خواهم بود. خب دوستان عزیز باز هم در خدمت شما هستیم. اینم حسن تلویزیون مردم. دوستان محبت دارن، لطف دارن. اندی he's very cool guy و ازش قول گرفتم که جمعه باهاش صحبتی داشته باشم در رابطه با کنسرتش و اگرم بتونیم رو خط نگهش داریم. شما هم اگر سوالی پرسشی دارید. Okay, let's go back to your program. This is her program. I'm just here. What did I say? I said I'm gonna be telephone switches.
Yeah, we don't need Sorby anymore. Sorby, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
دیر آمده زودم میخواد.
ببخشید.
دوستان عزیز اگر خواستید every once in a while 5 minutes 10 minutes you announce the numbers on the screen.
Okay.
Says here or here. These two numbers are the one they can call. Go ahead and say.
Okay. You can call Haft, Sif, Stay, no. No, English.
Believe me, they understand.
703 957 6150. Or you can call 818 627 6304.
Okay. All right. Hard question. This is follow-up, actually.
Yeah.
He said, you remember here, he said, is she a sister? He means, are you a nun? Those that get married? Or,
no.
Okay. And second question is harder. What she thinks about priests
I mean, she dedicated
who
her.
misuse children or abuse children?
Oh.
Awful.
That's horrible.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Therefore, you are not.
I'm not married yet. I'm waiting for God to tell me if He wants me to get married or not. Yeah.
Okay. Then go ahead and
The
talk.
phone. You can go ahead. بفرمایید.
بفرمایید.
سلام عرض کردم.
سلام عزیزم.
من چون سوالمو متوجه نشده تو انگلیس نوشته بودم. من سوال من این بود از این خانم که آیا ایشون پاپ رو نماینده مسیحیت میدونن؟
Oh, okay. Wow, حالا برای انگلیسی من Is Pope representative all Christian?
No.
No, he's not. No, نماینده اینا نیست. Then who is representing and why everybody go over there and we see all these
Well, that's more Catholic.
Oh.
Christian are a little different.
You don't believe in him or you don't I mean it's not your representative to
No, he's not my representative.
Oh, okay.
Jesus is
آقا
representative.
نماینده اینا نیست. اونایی که بیلیو میکنن کاتولیکا هستن. کاتولیکا دینشون خیلی سخت‌تره و اونایی هستن که بیشتر Catholic is closer to Jewish. I mean, no?
It depends. It's kind of, as I said, God wants a relationship with each person, so it's not about the religion.
Okay.
But
This is the same guy that who sent in Finglish. Right now he's called.
yeah,
I really
yeah.
appreciate it. خیلی ممنون
Thank
زنگ
you.
زدی. سوال دیگه ای داری دوست عزیز؟
سوال دوم من جوابش متوجه نشدم که ایشون در رابطه با گفتن که کشتاری که از دانشمندان به دستور کلیسا در اروپا شده بود چیه. من با شما خداحافظی میکنم از اینترنت شما.
من ممنونم از توجهتون و ایمیل های قشنگتون و از اینکه با ما هستید. خیلی متشکرم. مرسی عزیزم. Okay, he said he didn't get your answer about, you know, religion people, even churches killing scientists. You know, if you go through history, and they didn't just once or twice. So many, you know, not incident. This is, what do you think
religious
about
people
those
killing scientists. Well, killing is not good.
in any shape or
In
form?
any shape or form makes God sad. God says to love your enemies and pray for them. So I know God isn't happy when we kill people.
اوکی. جواب اون دوستمونم گرفتید که میگه من جز اونایی نیستم که ما قسم خوردیم که قول دادیم که ازدواج نکنیم و اینها. سوربی هستم به اتفاق کریستینا بفرمایید.
بعد از یک قرن تلفن من جواب داده. خسته نباشه کاکو. من تبریک میگم.
This guy
Hi
is
ma'am.
calling from
Wow.
Yeah, my name is Muhammad Tirandaz. I'm calling from so far away.
Wow.
Angola.
Mercy.
I'm calling, yes, from United Arab Emirates.
Wow, Dubai. Wow.
Yes, I'm living in paradise.
I love
Hi.
Dubai. I haven't been there.
Our
but-
community, you know, is a multicultural. There is around 200 nations here living with different culture.
Very diverse.
Wow.
Yeah.
The same as
that's
your
nice.
place. We have a different type of church, different type of mosque, different type of, what do you call it, Hindus, temples, Buddhists and whatever it is. But the main, my point, you know, actually, you know, just I would like to know, in the United States, is government under administration of the church or church administration is under government? Because this is very important question I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Alright. خیلی ممنون از تماست. مرسی عزیزم. خدا نگهدار. Oh, sorry about it. I thought you finished. That's very
That's a good question.
good question,
Good.
but very hard to answer. How you gonna answer this? Is
He said, is the government part of the religion?
under, not
under the religion.
or religion is under the government.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the church and the government are very separate in the United States. It's different than, you know, in Iran where it's very Islamic republic.
Are you
It's-
serious? Do you have dollar bill? just read what it says on it. It says in God we
in God we
trust.
trust. Yes, it does say that on the dollar bill, but
No, actually I wanted to get that bill from you.
I don't know if I have one.
Okay.
I'll get you later.
Alright. He believes, you know, church and
Yes,
state are
Dr.
separate.
Torvik.
Go ahead, ببخشید قطع کردم. The same
Line
one.
is disconnected.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I
yeah.
made mistake. Go ahead.
No problem. Anyway, just I'm going to ask, is it possible, suppose as an individual person like me, suppose one day in the United States, I'm going to challenge with the leadership or administration of the church, not about the personal thing, just about the ideology, about the book and about the opinion. Is it possible to challenge? It means government will allow that? As like here, you know, suppose in our place, sometimes maybe 3-4 months once, some universities, some college, you know, they put some seminar, they invite so many type of religion guy, like priest, like, what do you call it, from different, like Hindus, like Muslims, this, and some students from different college and different country, they are coming and open talk, challenging each other about the book. If someone has doubt, somebody has question, they say, please, prove for me your supermarket, your product is better than this. Is it possible this way challenging in United States or no? Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling. Okay.
Yes, it's possible in the United States. We have freedom of religion. We can discuss, Christianity, Islam, Judaism. We could do it anywhere. We could do it in a church or a mosque, or I believe we could have discussions about that freely here in the United States right now. So yeah.
They don't kick you out?
No, they don't kick you out. They, my church would welcome everybody to ask questions and
Let me
challenge.
see what I did here.
Where's the backup?
All right. Another question. Khanam Kristen, what do you think about 70 millions American Christian that they are pro-Israel, and they do believe, and they will say to others that Armageddon is a good war.
Armageddon.
That the goodness gonna be winner of that, and gonna be I don't know.
Yeah. I think.
To be honest with you, I think it's bad that Americans are pro-Israel and they support them, and personally. But go ahead, they're asking you. They
Yeah.
don't ask me.
Yeah.
Since you are here, I believe
I think-
next hour when I start my program, everybody go take a nap. Or,
I think a lot of Americans they support Israel very, very much. I do support Israel, but I support Iran so much too. And I think a lot of Americans we need to care about everyone, not just Israel. We need to support Iran. We need to support, all people, all races, all colors, because God sees people equally. So, yeah, I don't know too much about the Battle of Armageddon, but
do you believe in Armageddon, or
I
is
believe
there anything in the book?
there's going to be end times when Jesus comes back, and lots of wars and stuff are going to be happening. But I think God wants us to love all people now, and show the love of Jesus while we can, because whether or not Jesus comes back when we're alive or when we die, we're on earth a very short time. We all have very short lives. So, I mean, I think it's important to think about spiritual things now.
When you say you support Israel, in which way you support it?
In the same way I support Iran. But I love Iran. I don't make Israel flowers. I make Iran flowers.
All right. دوستان عزیز، همین الان آقای حسیبی یک ایمیلی فرستادن، نوشتن استدعا میکنم لوگوی چه باید کرد، عکس من و آرشیو برنامه‌های تلویزیون مرا هر چه زودتر از سایت مردم تیوی بردارید. امیدوارم در آینده شرایط همکاری مجدد میسر شود. با آرزوی بهروزی و سلامتی شما، محمد حسیبی. دلیلش رو ننوشتن، شاید به این علت هست که این خانم داره راجع به چرچ صحبت میکنه. اگر این باشه که نشون میده که فعالین سیاسی ما چقدر تحمل دیگران رو دارن، در حالی که تلویزیون مردم میدونید که بهائی‌ها هستن. من بارها گفتم هر کسی دیگه میخواد، و قبلا ما کلیسای مسیحیان رو از کالیفرنیا هم ادورتایز و برنامه هاشون رو پخش میکردیم، ولی میدونید در تلویزیون مردم فلسفه ما اینه هر کسی که میاد خوش آمد و هر کسی که میره به امید دیدار. دلیلی هم که من این ایمیل رو روی ایر خوندم اینه که چون ایشون گفته بود هر چه زودتر، به این وسیله هر چه زودتر از کوین عزیز خواهش کنم که حتی اگه ممکنه در طی این برنامه لوگوی ایشون، آرشیو ایشون، آقای حسیبی خواستم بگم آقای حسیبی اینجوریه وقتی تصمیم میگیره، بله هر چه زودتر as soon as possible اینها رو بردارید و هیچ اثری از آقای حسیبی نباشه، نه عکسشون، نه لوگوشون، نه آرشیوشون. ممنونم از اینکه با ما همکاری میکردید. خوشحالم، براتون بهترین ها رو آرزو میکنم و به امید اینکه باز هم در آینده همکاری کنیم. خب let's go to this.
Another
viewer.
email.
Yeah.
Dear Christina, we are also grateful for you for taking part in Sorbi and Mardom TV program.
See how precise it is. Pink for you, blue
Pink
for me.
Surati,
Oh
my
my
favorite
God.
color, Mercy.
Yeah, they can see it. They can see it. Okay, and blue for me.
Blue for you.
All right. Sorbijan, nice new idea to have a guest like Christina on your program with teaching of Jesus.
اوکی
این قربانه خیلی ممنون از شما دوست عزیز. ما باید دوستان تحمل داشته باشیم، دیگران رو تحمل کنیم، تأمل کنیم، ببینیم چی میگن. خب thank you for your program. Would you please explain whether
ascension of Jesus was physically or spiritually? Okay. They're asking when Jesus ascended into heaven, did he go physically or spiritually? He went.
Hold on to that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Jump in front of
go ahead on the phone, Beth Armid.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to just have you in the Marab TV.
Thank you
to Mr. Silvi for the radio program. Well, Christina, I'm just starting about Christianity for a long time, and now I'm actually a very important question that I'd like to know your opinion.
Okay.
For example, if a Muslim man, like Mr. Silvi, wanted to convert into Christianity, I'm just wondering how can it be the issue of the circumcisions about him? Because, in Islam, they made a circumcision.
Okay, he's stupid. All right. And they think they are smart, they...
Yeah, we don't need to talk about something.
Go back to this guy.
Okay, the ascension of Jesus, was it physically or spiritually? I think it was both. Because when Jesus resurrected from the dead, he had a new body. It was full and it was perfect, and he could walk through walls. And when he ascended into heaven, it was both physically and spiritually.
Then it was like a movie.
It was like I guess it must have looked pretty cool. He went up, and they said that he'll come back the same way. So.
اوکی دوستان عزیز، اگر میخواین تماس بگیرید با ما از طریق تلفن هایی که روی صفحه میبینید. سوربی هستم، بفرمایید.
جناب سوربی، میخواستم خواهش کنم از خانم کریستینا بپرسید که جیزس در کجای منطقه دنیا به ظاهر میشه به قول معروف؟
that's good. مرسی عزیزم، چشم.
خواهش میکنم.
Okay, good question. Jesus was born in Bethlehem. We know where he was born. His question is, you believe he will be back? Any idea where? What part of this globe? Another planet? Or?
I think it will be the Middle East. That's a better question for my pastor.
Oh my God.
It will be this planet, though. Yes, it will be.
Then you definitely should watch this archive. We call it archive. Archive. Actually, Baigani. In Farsi, we say Baigani.
Baigani. Okay.
He should watch it and maybe he should come after.
Yeah.
All right, دوستان عزیز، کریستینا رو داشتیم از کلیسای فارسیان در فیرفکس. و اگر شما هم صحبتی دارید، حرفی دارید، میتونید بیاین و صحبت کنید، نظرتون رو بگید. میگه که هرچه زودتر من بگو. This guy once he got a ticket because I said my program is 2 hours and he paid for the parking for 2 hours. And he sat down and watched. Then we went to 2.5, 3 hours. Then he got a ticket. He's blaming me for his parking ticket. I mean, for parking area. And right now he's asking me, should I move my car or not? How long we go today? That's good question. 2 ساعت تا ساعت 4 با کریستینا خواهیم بود. We go to 4 o'clock with her. Then after a few messages and maybe some music, I come back and we go another 90 minutes, 1.5 hours instead of that. Anyway, if she decided to have her own program, you're gonna be maybe different days. If I, for example, I have program Monday, Wednesday, Friday, those slots that's empty, Tuesday, Thursday, or no. Okay, or maybe you can take the camera to your church, record it, bring it, and talk about it, and do this. As you see, people are interested, and they like to, share their views with you and ask questions. And most of the time, they know the answer of their question. Believe me. They just want to hear it from. Okay, دوستان عزیز، Do you have anything else you want to talk about it?
Just there's always hope for Iran. You know, don't get depressed, don't get sad, don't think that the situation is hopeless. God knows what's going on and He cares about it so much, and there are lots of people praying for Iran and praying for you, each one of you. God loves all of you with an everlasting love. So just be blessed and yeah.
Let's hope for better days. تو ایرانی میگیم به امید روزهای بهتر. Better days than today and yesterday.
Yes.
به نظر میاد که اون چیزی هم که ایشون دنبالش هست و فکر میکنه، میگه دوست داشتن و اینکه امیدوار باشیم و she cannot do anything besides being hopeful and that's it.
Loving.
Okay. I ask you to be here for 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Then when I talk with you and I felt you are very comfortable, I said, okay, stay 1 hour, see how it goes.
Yeah.
If you stay this, that, I have to say something to you. I'm doing this since 1989. I saw so many people that they were very excited and they said, I love to have my own program.
Yeah.
I come over there, I teach you how to do it, this, that. As soon as they see the camera, they start
get
shaking.
nervous.
As soon as we turn it on, they start sweating.
Wow.
And we said, okay, take 1, take 2, take 5. We go to take 6, we say, hey, everybody's tired, you know, they
Wow.
cannot do it. But you are really good.
Oh, thank you.
Looks like you, when you say I'm an actress, you know, you are really actress and you know, you proved it here and we go
خیلی
from there.
ممنون.
دوستان عزیز اگر صحبتی سوالی دارید, I'm asking them if they have any question or
Yeah.
they want to share their views with you, either call or send email. Can you do the same thing when you start your own program at the same
Yeah,
time?
I'll try to check the
Oh,
email
okay.
and the phone.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I could do that. Multitask.
بله دوستان سوال میکنن که آقای حسیبی چی میگه؟ شما فکر میکنید از این برنامه شما عصبانی شده؟ اگر اینطور هست واقعا برای ایشان و برنامه‌های ایشان برای ایران متاسفم. تا اونجایی که من میدونم، چون نمیدونم، ولی بر اساس اتفاقی که سال 2006 افتاد، آقای حسیبی خیلی زود عصبانی میشه. مثلا اون دفعه آقای رضا شیرازی داشت حرف میزد و آقای حسیبی تقریبا هر جا که میره برنامه میذاره میخواد که با 1 ساعت برنامه که میخره تمام اونجا رو کنترل کنه به هر نحوی که خودش دوست داره و من فکر میکنم که ایشون عصبانی شده که چرا ما برنامه‌مون مذهبی شده. We just lost one of our TV host because he's upset. Maybe, I'm not sure because you know, he just sent email, remove my logo, remove our archive, remove my picture. He didn't say any no, he didn't say any I don't blame you for that. I don't know. Maybe he decided because he was kind of disappointed in people in last maybe month, every program he was complaining why people, you know, are not caring enough, they are careless, this, that. Maybe he's disappointed or depressed, افسرده, عصبانی, mad at people. I don't want to,
Maybe, what is his name?
Mr. Hasibi.
Hasibi, we
Yeah.
can pray for him. God loves you, Mr. Hasibi, God bless you.
در هر صورت من نمیدونم دوست عزیز آقای حسیبی چرا این ایمیل رو فرستاد. من فقط براتون ایمیل ها رو خوندم که باز هم شما قضاوت کنید که تلویزیون مردم چقدر رو راست آنست با شما و هر اتفاق که میفته با شما در جریان میذاره. یک خبر خیلی خوبی دارم که امروز من با 2 نفر از هاتبرد میتینگ داشتم. ممکنه به زودی تلویزیون مردم هم بره روی اروپا و میدل ایست. دوست عزیز سوربی هستم، بفرمایید. اوکی، صدای شما قطع و وصل میشه. دوست عزیز دوباره زنگ بزنید. خدا نگهدارتون باشه تا برنامه آینده بتونید صحبت کنید. میگن که آقای حسیبی same guy میگه جناب آقای صبحی از شما ممنونم که ایمیل مرا برای بینندگان خواندید، ولی لازم است به شما و بینندگان اطلاع دهم که حدس و گمان شما به خاطر مصاحبه شما با خانم کریستینا نیست. اگر بود عرض میکردم فرمایش شما را بدین وسیله تکذیب میکنم. پس باز برگردیم به اونجایی که آقای حسیبی بدونی که بخواد به بنده یا شما دلیلش رو بگه برنامه هاشون رو قطع کردن. ایشون گفته آرشیو و عکس و اینها، ولی ایشون تا آخر ماه نوامبر پول بازپخش رو داره. اگه لطف کنن برای ما بگن که اونها رو هم نذاریم و اینها، که ما بدونیم چه کار کنیم و باز به عنوان یک کسی که این کار رو داره انجام میده، این پروفشنال نیست که در حین برنامه زنده مثلا بیان خبر مرگ پدر یک کسی رو بهش بگن، یا خبر قطع شدن یه برنامه، یا خبر یه تصادفی. I'm kind of blaming him and said I was expecting more professional action from your side, not to send me email during my live program and cancel that without telling me the reason. Now our viewer ask what is the reason. I said I don't know, I assume it's this and that. Then you send me another reason. He said, by the way, it's not because of this program. And he said don't worry about it, don't feel bad. دوست عزیز سوربی هستم، بفرمایید.
جناب سوربی مصطفی زاده هستم، سلام عرض می‌کنم.
سلام عزیزم، کوتاه بفرمایید.
آقای سوربی خواستم خدمتتون عرض کنم که آقای حسیبی در رابطه با خانم کریستانا برنامه‌هاشون رو از تلویزیون شما حذف نکردن، مثل اینکه یه اشتباهی رخ داده.
شما از کجا
ایشون
میدونید؟
دلایلش چیز دیگه بوده که خودشون حتما با شما تماس میگیرن و
میگم شما از کجا میدونید؟
بله
شما از کجا میدونید؟
من با ایشون تماس داشتم، ازشون پرسیدم، ایشون فرمودن که مطلقا در رابطه با خانم کریستانا نبوده.
بله.
و دلایلش خودشون برای شما ایمیل میکنن و ایشون هیچ گله و شکایتی از برنامه خانم نداشتن.
بله، من ممنونم از شما.
اصلا این سوء تفاهم برطرف شد.
مرسی. He's a common friend between me and Mr. Hasibi. He said I just talked with him and there is nothing in regard to your program and cancellation. Anyway, دوستان بذارید من براتون یه چیزی رو بگم. میگن آدم گدا چه یه نون ازش بگیری چه یه نون بهش بدی، هیچ زندگیش فرق نمیکنه. من برای مای $200 نه به عرش میرسم نه به فرش میرسم و خود این دوستان میدونن که جاهای دیگه با اون قیمتای دیگه چه سرویسی بهشون میدن و ما اینجا چه سرویسی میدیم. امیدوارم که این قطع شدن برنامه در جهت بهتر راحتیشون باشه، زندگیشون باشه و هر کسی مختار زندگی خودش هست و میتونه تصمیم بگیره. و بازم میگم به نظر من این درست نیست که وسط برنامه زنده بفرستن، چون من میخونم، چون اگر نخونم بعد طرف گره میکنه که من ایمیل فرستادم نخوندید. مثلا آقای جواد موسوی ایمیل فرستاده به من گله کرده که نخوندم. گفتم من قرار نیست همه ایمیل ها رو بخونم. یک دوم وقتی رفتم نگاه کردم دیدم تو اون ساعت برنامه من ایشون ایمیل نفرستاده. امروز ازشون خواهش کردم که بفرستن دوباره، من ساعتشو دیتشو بدم به یوها، بدم به یاهو، بگم این چه وضعیه، ایمیل های ما رو گم میکنی. I was explaining about what's going on. Some people send email and I don't get it here because especially with Yahoo it goes to spam. And when I call Yahoo they said if it's
spam maybe.
See, this is
maybe. No, there's
no
not.
actually this one is
the bottom one. Yeah, okay.
See,
is that today though?
This is the guy who's asking me what's the frequency for satellite. It means he's seeing us from internet. He sent us email, but the email went to spam. Anyway, مشکلات دوستان اینجوری هست. The time is 3:40. You want to stay another 20 minutes? You have something to talk with them? And
I can stay.
I don't mind. This is your program, and let me tell you something. In having program, you should not count that people will call you and let the program going.
Exactly.
Because
so have something to say.
Exactly. Sometimes the telephone maybe has problem, they cannot call, or you always should, if you are thinking about having 1 hour program, you should have 90 minute thing to talk about.
Things to talk about.
Look at here. And I have it here too. Let me show you.
That's a good
ولی
idea.
البته to give you credit, she came here with her dog and pastor, اینجا بودن و she was not ready for having 2 hours program. This was kind of introducing, but she's happy because she talked with Andy, and she gonna be over there too. She's gonna be there.
Andy concert.
Okay.
November 21st.
Just these are the one I put for today. Look at yesterday was 16.
Oh yeah.
Even this morning, look at how many things.
Yeah.
Every one of them, I bet you we can talk about it, 2-3 hours.
Wow. I
It's-
bet.
yeah.
This is wow.
They know. Anyway, دوستان عزیز، آقای ایمانوئل سهیلی یک پیامی گذاشته که من دیروز تا حالا برای شما اون رو گذاشتم. اون رو در آخر برنامه میذارم و اجازه بدید که What do you think about that robbery ship, stealing ships from the truck? Hold on. Let me اینو نشون کریستینا دادم. این در ترکیه ماشینا که بره ها رو میبرن، ببینین اون موتورسیکلتی با چه ظرافتی میره پشتش که توی آینه هم پیدا نباشه، طرف راه میره بالا، بره ها رو میدزده میندازه پایین. I say how professional they do the job. They stay in the middle that the driver cannot see them in the mirror.
That's
And look at that guy is
crazy.
running behind.
That's crazy.
این اتفاق دوستان در ایران هم میافتاد قبلا. من یادمه جاهایی که ماشینای کامیون و اینها تو سربالایی میخواستن برن و سرعتشون کم میشد، شاگرد بیچاره با آچار جغجغه باید وای میساد توی به اصطلاح تا اگر کسی میخواد بیاد دزدی کنه و اینها، این با آچار جغجغه بزنه توی سرشون دستشون و از ماشین جداشون کنه. Back in Iran, I knew there is something, know that there was something like this going on.
Wow.
When the truck go uphill, because their speed is very slow, somebody jump on and they steal their, stuff.
That's
Anyway,
crazy.
this was from Turkey. This happened in Turkey. Let's go to Iran and show this. This is Danishgah in Qazvin. And it's very high tech. It shows the computer room.
Yep.
It shows the gym and very high tech. I was surprised when I
Look at
saw
that.
it this morning. And yeah, look at it. Just in دانشگاه آزاد قزوین هست. Actually, I was going to use this background that we are seeing over
That
here,
would work.
but I totally
The columns.
forgot. Anyway, you saw the operation, you saw everything, you
Yeah.
saw or meet our viewers, and we go from there. Also, you can have some program like this, show it to people while you are talking. دارم بهش میگم که شما میتونید این تصویرهای اینجوری هم پیدا کنید و نشون مردم بدید. Let's go to Islamic necktie. Yeah. این آقا یا هر کی دیگه نوشته که این کراوات اسلامی درست کرده. روی این نوشته که لا فتا الا علی، لا سیف الا ذوالفقار, and this is the symbol of Ali's sword, and even at the end you see مثل شمشیر ذوالفقار چیز هست. شما من بارها بهتون گفتم که این مله‌ها بسیار زیرک هستن، بسیار کاردان هستن، در این کارها رو شما ما رو باور نکردید. شما ببینید به اینا یه مقداری وقت بدید، براتون خدا هم درست میکنن، همینجوری که کراوات درست کردن، همینجوری که تا حالا به اصطلاح ولی خدا درست کردن و بیچاره شاه با اون همه وزیر و وکیل نتونست از سایه شاه بره حتی بشه معاون شاه. ولی میبینیم که okay, let's go back to our studio. Okay, here, and we put the telephone number on. All right, this is very simple. Yeah, if I can do it,
I can do it.
Okay, anybody
Yeah,
can do it.
I'm
You
ready.
can do it. Okay. How good you are with computer?
I'm fairly good. I can.
Yeah,
I
these
can
days,
do this.
you grow
Yeah.
up with it.
I
For
can.
me, it was some gadget, I thought maybe God just threw it. And I said, for you guys, you
good. Yeah,
started
it's
when you were
easy.
in high school or maybe in...
Yeah, I was maybe 12
Middle
or
school.
13. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, دوستان عزیز اجازه بدید که بریم سراغ آقای I'm kind of telling them about this and this. در فاصله که کریستینا خداحافظی میکنه میره، من این برنامه آقای مشیری رو به اون کسی که خرجش رو میده قول دادم که در آخر برنامه ها مثل برنامه آقای کاردان و اینها بذارم. هر چیزی یه نرخی داره. شما اگه بگی وسط برنامه من میخوام بیام 10 دقیقه تلفن کنم، اون نرخش فرق میکنه تا آخر برنامه، تا اول برنامه، تا بازپخش. I'm talking about our rates and our services and rate and explain for them how it works. For example, this guy when he paid for his program, he asked me to put it at the end of my program.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fair,
I
it's
guess.
fair.
Yeah.
اوکی، بریم پیام آقای سهیلی رو بشنویم و برگردیم در مورد اون دوستمون که سوال کرده بود چه باید کرد. در قسمت دوم برنامه کوروش نیومدی، من پارکینگ لات و اون برنامه پاتوق ناگفته ها رو دارم خودم اجرا میکنم تا روزی که شما بیان. پس پیام ایمانوئل سهیلی رو میبینیم که وبسایتش، اینفورمیشنش، تلفنش روش هست و پیام آقای مشیری درباره مجاهدین. بعد از اون من برمیگردم با شما خواهیم بود 1-2 ساعت تا بتونیم صحبتامون و این موضوعی که من برای شما گذاشتم به اصطلاح به یه جایی برسونیم. از یکایک شما ممنونم، از شما دوستانی که کمال مهمون نوازی رو کردید متشکرم. از اون دوست نادانی که کمال بی‌تربیتی و حماقت رو نشون داد واقعا متاسفم برای خودت، چون من ناراحت نمیشم، بالاخره تو جامعه باید احمقم داشته باشیم. متاسفم برای شما، ولی از لحاظ علمی بهت بگم که خیلی از مسیحی ها هستن که به خاطر بهداشت و اینها ختنه کردن و شما اینقدر احمق تشریف داری که اون رو نمیدونی. I'm telling that guy that you are dumb and you are stupid, but this is normal because every society got, you know, their dumb people, stupid people, smart people, beautiful people, ugly people, and you know, without that it's not possible. دوستان عزیز, I said goodbye. You can خداحافظی goodbye کن تا next program we go to.
خداحافظ. مرسی. خیلی ممنون.
You know, when we want to say goodbye, it takes 15 to 20
It
minutes.
does. Before you say goodbye.
You know that. Okay.
It takes forever.
We say goodbye here, then we say goodbye there, then we say goodbye over there.
Goodbye everywhere.
Okay. خداحافظ شما تا چند دقیقه دیگه. قربان شما.